I think it's unlikely. You've had some people call for it. Liberal Republican Olympia Snowe, conservative Republican Jim DeMint, both senators, wrote that it's time to put the balanced budget amendment on the table. This is something that has approval from about 70 or 80% of the American public, but of course the political class not only doesn't want it to happen, they don't want a straight up or down vote. But it seems to be in politics there are two things you can do. Either one, you can do something if it advances towards a goal you want right now, but if you can't get that, then you should at least do something that defines for voters where your opponents stand and where you stand, so that the next election you have more friends to get what's done. So forcing a vote on a balanced budget amendment, and if that's what Boehner insisted on and McConnell insisted on for this debt limit increase, I think you could get it. And I think a straight up or down vote, this almost passed in the 90s, and it would either achieve a long-standing conservative goal, or it would clarify for voters ahead of the 12 elections where people stand.
We were talking in the last hour, Christian, about how Michelle Bachmann was saying she definitely will not vote to increase the debt ceiling. And the point was made by my Democrat guest that she doesn't even know what it looks like yet, should she be saying that she definitely won't vote for it. What are the chances that there is a compromised position out of these meetings, and then when it hits the floor, there aren't enough votes to get it done, and August 2nd is right around the corner, and so is 2012?
I think the chances are actually high, especially if the deal looks anything like what was taking shape at the end of last week. Congressional Republicans, especially freshmen, should ask if they want to be kamikazes, because if they were elected to shrink the size of government, and okay, we have a Republican House that's on a mission to shrink the size of the government, and you end up with a deal that increases the size of government, which is what would happen if there's any tax increase or fee increase. You look at these deals, and the Cato Institute took a look at what was supposedly a $2 trillion cut over 10 years. And what that amounts to is $1.8 trillion in new spending. So if you're elected on a mandate of smaller government and you end up signing off on this deal, I think it's going to be very hard to explain to voters in the next election, especially if you're a freshman, how you fulfilled the mandate you had. So yeah, if it's like where it was last week, I think getting voted down is a possibility. And of course, Democrats also on edge about anything that might be interpreted as cutting Social Security or Medicare in any way, even if it's just revising cost of living increases and things like that.
Well, is their position correct? Those folks do vote.
Right. I think what Congressman Bachmann was getting at was that she would need to see the terms of a deal and that it would have to cut government significantly, and nothing on the table seems to do that. This is something the administration wants. This is the frame of debate has been turned around, unfortunately, but basically the Treasury Department is coming to Congress and say, hey, increase the limit on my credit card. So the response should be, okay, but tell us how you're going to reform, and there's nothing like that so far. So I think Congressman Bachmann's position is right on this.
Interesting. Christian, thank you so much for joining us. I hope folks will check out the piece at foxnews.com. Let's put it up again so people know it's brand new, and it's definitely worth reading because Christian has so much experience. Thank you, Christian. Have a great day. See you soon.
Thank you, Jamie. Great to be here as always.
Thank you.